Looking at the Mill River Minutemen, undefeated, 14-0, seeded number 2 in the state of Vermont as they start the quest on the road to the championship game. Their opponent today will be the Lamoille Lancers. He's seeded number 15, but again, always just one goal away, just one kick away from being eliminated. That's the beauty of the playoffs. There's whole new tension, a whole new atmosphere. As number 2 taking on number 15, you'd think on paper, you'd say this is just going to be a washout, but I have seen huge upsets in my days doing a lot of different sports here at the high school level. So let the games begin in the quest to get to the next round, the quarterfinals. We'll have Mill River in their white uniforms on their home field. It is raining. It has been raining, and it's very raw. It's only in the 40-degree mark right now, temperature-wise. There might be a spot in the game where I'll have to shut down for a second and get the camera covered, because even inside the window, the wind's blowing into the room. I might have to put my camera condom on so the camera doesn't get wet. The key to Mill River, it's simple. Play your game. Be aggressive, be offensive, get the lead early, bury your opponent. Don't ever let them have a chance to get into it. That's going to be cross in the corner. So Catrati will make a rush down the field. He wanted to cross the ball, goes off from a Lancer out of bounds, and we will have a corner kick coming up, and that will send Omen, number 15, down. Of course, Austin Biscay will be in net for Mill River, and opposing him at the other end of the field in net will be Brian Kennedy, the goalkeeper for the Lamoille squad. And he's going to be tested early here. 40-minute hash, overtime. Not if necessary, overtime. We played it, we have a winner if this thing ends up in a tie at the end of regulation. Sometimes the first round can be the hardest round. Sometimes it can be the sloppiest played round. Sometimes being such a high seed, number 2 against such a low seed, this is Will Everett with a throw, you have a tendency to play to the level of your opponent for a while. And the rain coming down very hard now on the field. They'll get it up and out, and they'll get in the gold and blue of Lamoille, taking on the white and blue of Mill River. That's Hammond in there. And he'll get the ball back to Ethan Biscay. A couple Biscays out there, so don't get confused. Austin, the larger of the two twins, in net. Great goalkeeper. And Ethan, a tremendous midfielder, number 5, out there playing the field. Now be toward the in line, and I'm waiting to see. It's going to become another corner kick. So Mill River will have 2 corners early on here in the contest, actually within inside the first minute and a half. And that will be taken on that far side by TJ Mumford. Mumford, Rooney have to play physical. They're big guys. They have to be physical. Hammond has to be physical. That's a beautiful serve. That's up in perfect conditions. Oh, it lays in the box, kicked around toward the inline, and another corner coming up. So the Minutemen will have 3 corners within 2 minutes here as we're at the 38-17 mark. They'll have to play in the opening 40 minutes of playoff soccer action. It's all or nothing. That's going to come in, and that's going to be well cleaned up, headed out. There's the rush down the field by Everett, heads it in toward the net, and it's going to be a goal! Mill River will get the goal, and it happened real fast. And Webster got in there, and he'll get the goal, so Webster will get Mill River on the board, as like the last game that we did here, the last regular season home game against Springfield. Webster, that was Woodstock actually, Webster will get Mill River on the board. I'll wait for the assist, but I think it was from Ethan Biscay. So 1-0, and that's what I mean. You're this number 2 seed in the state. You're undefeated. You actually could have been number 1, and I don't understand. I know people have explained it to me, but Burton ended up the number 1 seed, and they lost to Mill River. And Mill River undefeated gets the number 2 seed. But play like the higher seed, and when you get the lead, don't worry about being politically correct, and don't worry about hurting people's feelings. Remember, teams can come back. Mill River themselves came back from deficits last year and won games. So when you get the lead, keep playing for a full 80 minutes of soccer. Play your style, and at the end of the night, it's 7 or 8-0. That's the way it happens. That's life. It's not a balanced thing to begin with. So 1-0 Mill River. Brian Cole will give the ball back to Will Everett. Everett will take the throw, and he'll just lob it down inside there. Catrati will send it up. There's the header. Save. Ball loose in the box. Kick to the out of bounds through the inline. While the 4th Mill River corner. Mumford going over. And I'll tell you what, Mill River looking very focused and very on target here early on in this contest. They're up 1-0 on the goal. Scored by Kyle Webster. Oh yeah, you can see that flag blowing. That's in a great spot. And the goalie, Kennedy, will come out and he'll take the ball early and he'll get out of there. And he's seen a lot of white jerseys already early in this contest. Good kick into a stiff wind. The ball will hit and take a bounce, and it'll go off from Hammond, and he'll come back. And nice job by Dan Hammond sticking. Look at him just stick with it. That's just being focused. Makes the move. Looking like a Mercedes-Benz out there. Nice defensive play on the dive. They'll knock the ball away. And the Lancers looking to get kind of gear their bus legs and get on track here. They're looking for the corner, and boy, Matt Hall did a great job of making up ground. He got beat on the bump, lost his footing, was able to take the angle, come back inside, and negate that from becoming a shot on net. Now, like I said, Biscay and net, Austin, one of the top goaltenders in the state of Vermont. Big guy, too, like 6'5". Great sense of humor, but very agile. Like a big cat back there. Old Austin is. Of course, Kevin Ratty, in his final year of coaching here at Mill River, has done a tremendous job in building the program up and making them known around the state of Vermont. When you talk Mill River, people kind of take notice now about the soccer program, just like Coach Chadburn had done with the women's program here. Coach Ratty, with family obligations, his son plays soccer at the high school up by the dump in the city, and he's going to go be a good dad and watch his son's career. And take that in, because you're only a high school player tops 4 years in your life, and you don't want to miss that as a father. It'll be knocked down, and Everett will make the move, get the ball to Catrati, and here comes the rush down the field. And it's raining real hard right now. They'll lay the ball out. Catrati taken down behind the play. This is Cole. Cole will cross. Cole looking for a teammate. There it is, and it should become another corner. It'll be the 5th corner of this half. And we're only 5 minutes into it. It's 1-0 Mill River. And yeah, after this corner, when we get a break in the kick, I'm going to have to sit down and get some coverage on the camera, because it is, like I said, it's raining and it's wet and it's blowing in the window, and I can't afford to have my camera get wet and crapped out. It's got dew sensors in it anyways for moisture. On the turn, they'll lose the ball on the corner. Well, I'm really afraid of that. I was afraid of that, and I'm sorry, but Brian Cole just got a goal, and you missed it. As 2 minutes after the first goal for Mill River, Brian Cole will get the goal, and I do apologize for it, but I had to get the lens and everything under cover on the camera, or else we could have had quite the disaster. And downpour here at Mill River coming down in. Heavy, heavy rain now, and Kennedy in net seeing an awful lot of action. More than he actually ever wanted to see. On this cold, raw day, the Lancers find themselves down 2 goals in the opening 7 minutes of play here. So Cole will join Webster on the goals. And the Lancers, they're already in a position where they need the next goal. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're in a position where they've got to have the next goal. And boy, see that Mill River defense is so underrated, getting in there and getting good position. It's a nice save down the sideline, and that's going to be picked up by Mill River, and that's going to be Everett looking to go across the field. He wanted to reverse the field, went across the field. Down at midfield now will be Mumford. Mumford, who's just been a tremendous addition to this team, was looking for Catrati long, and Trevor will come back and pick the ball up. And yeah, he wanted to step behind him and kick the ball off the heel to Everett, and they both missed it. Now Lancers looking to go over the top. Hall, that's a great bounce for the Lancers, and Hall got enough of it to throw the rhythm of the play off. Then he slipped down defensively. The kick blocked by Hall, who's done some mad scrambling out there, and that's going to be a foul. So a great chance here for the Lancers. And you can see the spot on the field. That's really a tough spot right there to take the kick from. You can see Mill River told to back up to 10 yards, and everybody tries to cheat that extra few yards forward, and the kick coming up, and the kick will be drilled into that wall and comes out. Never had a chance. That's going to stay low on the ground, comes through, and Biscay will pick it up. The ball was redirected, but he's able to make an adjustment to it, and you can see the rain coming down in the foreground of the picture. And they let him play through. It's a handball. I didn't think they would let him play through. So we'll have a kick coming up, and again, this is 9 minutes of soccer. Mill River 2. The Lancers nothing. Over the top and headed toward the net, and a good save by Kennedy. Oh no, they can't give up the next goal. Right now, Mill River just buzzing out there. They're like a bunch of hornets, mad hornets right now. They are just flying to the ball. They're on in the middle of the field, and they're defending in their box very well. That ball will be brought wide by Omen, and Omen will slide through the tackle, and oh man, kind of a touchy foul there. They're both playing for the ball on wet turf, and it will be the Lancers taking the kick on the foul at the 30-yard line. They'll come straight across the middle of the field, and like I said, down 2 goals. They really need the next goal. If you're Mill River, like I said, don't worry about upsetting people. Don't worry about being politically correct. If you end up scoring 8 goals, that's the nature of the game. That's why there's higher seeds, lower seeds. That's why there's better teams and not better teams. Don't leave the door open for your opponent, especially on a day like this where one little slip and you could lose a top player, or one little slip and the goalie could fall out of position, and next thing you know, you're in a 1-goal game. home and wide. We'll slide it through. This is a playdown game. Mill River wins today. They'll be in the quarterfinals, and of course I'll have that game for you at a later date on Channel 15. But first things first, they've got to continue to win, and there's the ball on the side, and they're looking to cross it. Mumford on the run will elevate it, and it'll become a goal kick. So yeah, I couldn't find a garbage bag. I cleaned my audio bag out, so I usually kept my garbage bag for the camera to cover it up, but I found a plastic sleeve. I'm like MacGyver. I became very creative. That ball will come forward and it'll sneak beyond for a second. It got past Hammond. Hammond will take the throw now. Hammond with the soft lob will get into Everett, and that'll come to the sideline, and I believe that's Webster. It is Webster. Yeah, everybody called for the handball, and no call made on the field by the guys who count, and that's the officials. Webster trying to split the defense, almost able to pick the ball up. Everett will make the move, and you can see the umbrellas out here. It's tough going for the fans. It's not only raining, but it's pretty darn cold and raw out there. Now, I have the luxury of being up in the makeshift press box with a foul called on Omen and a kick coming back to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line. But with no overhang on a roof, it's a commercial building, there's no overhang. The rain comes straight down the wall, and when the wind blows, it just comes straight in the window, and that's why I had to miss Brian Cole's goal, and I apologize for that. It was a beautiful goal by Brian. But I had to get some kind of waterproof covering over my lens where the rain was blowing in. We're at 28 minutes to go in the first half. Playoff soccer on Munger Vision on PEGTV. The website's PEGTV.com. You can click on video on demand or streamline video. You can watch current programs and games, or you can go back in the archives and watch games from up to a year ago. And that's a cool website. That'll just be Hammond gliding over. And again, you think of that Mill River offense, but their defense, like I said, is going to be physical, talking about guys like Hammond, like Rooney. That whole gang out there. Hall, a bunch of them. As we've seen over the many years, men's and women's soccer, playoff soccer, the referees tend to call the game differently. They tend to let things get more physical, and so you got to toughen up. Here comes Catrati. Catrati on the outside to the left foot. Catrati raises it over the crossbar and just came up with a miss. Trevor, I just love to watch him play. I've stated that many times over his career, but I love the emotion, the facial expressions, the, oh my goodness, how'd I miss that type thing. And that's just a neat part of the getting to cover the high school sports, is to see the raw emotion like that. Got a nice rush down the field. We're at 26:51 to go in the opening half of play. The playoffs underway, and Mill River jumped out to a quick 1-0 lead with Kyle Webster's goal, and then Brian Cole came back and that's a couple of touchy fouls on Mill River here. And they'll give the ball back to Lamoille. So Lamoille will get the kick, and it'll be at, they're asking for a card, and fortunate they got the whistle. And as I'm a hometowner, and that's going to be touched, sent to the side. Dinnan out there. Dinnan had the game-winning goal against Springfield in a tremendous triple header. He got the ball 3 times off the head to the foot finally, and then got the winning goal in to give Mill River that 2-1 win. 2 goals coming in the second half after they had trailed 1-0 through most of the contest. And thank you. I was about to say, where was the whistle on that, as they body slammed Dinnan to the ground? And that's a good spot for the kick and the foul right there. It's almost the equivalent of a corner. And Ethan Biscay will go over, number 5, and Ethan will take the kick. One of the 2 Biscays out there on the field. And he'll serve it up, and it's toward the net, going to be picked up by Kennedy. It was going to this near post off ahead. Again, Mill River coming out very focused and swarming around out there. Great kick. Great kick, and that'll come down, and that's a 50-50 ball. It was off from Bullock, number 7, who's out there on the field for the number 2 seeded, undefeated 14-0 Mill River Minutemen. Webster, tough for his size. He's about 5'7", 5'8", but plays like a 6-footer out there. Extremely quick. He's coming off a tremendous season for Coach Kevin Ratty. And they'll get the ball up to Dinnan, and Dinnan will put the brakes on, swivel back, and off the outside of the foot was looking for Webster, and now the step up, and they'll just push the ball in deeper, and Catrati. See, now Trevor doesn't get a lot of credit for playing. Oh my goodness, they called that a foul. This isn't tennis. They got to let him have a little bit of contact. So Lamoille got to take advantage of some of those free kicks they're getting. And that's going to be out of bounds. We'll have a throw. It's touched by Bullock, and we'll have to wait as the subs come in. And again, it is raining. It's a wet one here. This is playoff soccer weather, raw and wet, and a lot of bodies coming in. I see Cole coming in for Mill River, number 12. He's got a goal today. Actually, he's waiting for his turn to come in. He's over on the sideline in front of Jojo Valenti, where they're standing underneath the umbrella, the icon who keeps the clock and the scoreboard and everything under control on that side. Mill River will step up and get the ball. So we're starting to say about Catrati, he doesn't really get a lot of credit for defense, but he does play. He has a ton of steals, and to me that's defensive when he gets up there and gets a lot of steals. Now that, I don't believe was a push. I think it's a mouth guard. Yeah, the referee just indicated with to his mouth. I think it's a mouth guard violation. And now now he said something, yeah, and he's going to take a little rest. He's got to get carded officially on camera. Now, is Randy up here? Now, how long is that for? Is that just a standard yellow card?
Yeah, just standard yellow card. He's got to leave the field and then come back on and let the subs go back in.
Okay. You know, that's just a standard yellow card. Coach Chadburn up here watching the game with me, which is good. So. And I just wonder if the frustration from a couple of the iffy calls earlier on him, you know.
He's our senior captain.
That's right. And you gotta. That's right. You can't act like you're on public access out there. So a little bit of a buzz. That's right. So they'll get the bookwork done. Catrati will be over on the sideline. We'll have Lamoille take the kick, and all that took place with 23 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the first half. Lamoille down only the 2 goals. Now, they also had quite the ride to get down here, so they could have their bus legs where they kind of keep things at 2-0 throughout the rest of this first half. It's pretty good to come into the next half of play down just 2 goals, and that's looking like it's going to make the inline, and no, it did not. Denon will make the save. Denon with the cross, no teammate there to support the ball. We'll have a white throw. Now we'll send Everett over. Of course, Catrati, very well known throughout the state by the opponents that he faces. Got quite the mock cheer from the Lamoille fans when he had to take the seat. But a point well taken is got to keep your composure. You got to watch what you say. And there's the boy. They let that play through. No whistle. Thought they might call a dangerous play since he just wound up and wheeled. And Bullock got there off from Bullock, I believe, and nothing of a white throw. Everett will take it. They'll back him up about 10 yards. He'll take the throw. We're down to 23 minutes to go in the first half. Mill River, they scored quick. Kyle Webster off a corner, off a header. Able to get the ball in the back of the net past Kennedy, the starting goalie for Lamoille. And that's going to be toward the sideline, but saved on that far side. Mumford, another player that's been extremely physical. He was very physical in the Springfield and the Woodstock game. He's a good-sized young man out there, and they need him to be physical along with Rooney and along with Hammond in these playoff runs. Now, last year, and I can't even begin to relive the tremendous playoff run we saw from Mill River. Would come from behind wins, overtime wins, all the way to the state championship game, only to lose to Harwood 2-0. And that's going to stay in play, and they're looking to go to the center of the field, and that ball will just skid by its intended target. And Lamoille actually has kind of settled down here since the second goal. And like I said, if you've never been the road team and taken a long ride, sometimes it takes a little while to get acclimated to the field, the weather conditions. That's right in the breadbasket on the kick. Goes into Kennedy, and Kennedy will not take the punt. And he's been kicking the ball very well out of his hands, and that will be just shy of midfield, and he'll be picked up by his teammate at midfield. They'll cross over and try to lay the ball out to that vacated corner. You see Hall get in position and smart play. He'll just kick it side out and let his teammates get marked up here. And we'll have the Mill River girls soccer action, playoff action for you at a later date on Channel 15. They'll start tomorrow. This is a Tuesday game for the boys. The girls will be on a Wednesday. The boys win today. If they win today, they will be playing Friday. I'll have that game for you. Basically, as long as both teams keep winning and they're at home, I'll be here. On the fly, around the corner, I believe it's going to become a goal kick, and that's what we'll have. That went off from the foot of Everett now to play. I believe that's Everett. That could be Mumford. That's Mumford. I'm sorry. You know, each year the numbers look smaller and smaller on their jerseys to me, and I don't think they're actually changing jerseys. I think it's me. As we're just a minute away from the midway point of the first half. Nice step up by Oman. He's been a very pleasant surprise this year for Mill River out there. He's gotten tougher and played more confident as the season's gone along. There's a nice knockdown right there. They'll thread the pass through, works it to the right foot, kick shot, and goal! And I believe that's Mr. Cole with his second goal. I missed the first one putting my camera condom on, but I got the second one, and it makes it 3-0 now, Mill River, with 20 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first half, and that's what you do. A high seed like that. Come out strong, play strong, assert yourself, your home field advantage, your seed, number 2, and then just keep the pedal down on them. So the Lancers in a must-score position, or at least keep them shut out for the rest of this half. Who made the pass? Oh, number 15, Omen. Oh, that was a beautiful pass, especially in these conditions. I missed his first one because I was putting the plastic on the camera. But I got a second one, so he'll be halfway happy with me. So that's Zach Davis. Yes, sir. Zach Davis, number 20, out there for Mill River, as Coach Kevin Ratty, like I stated, and already announced he's in his final year. It's going to be up in the back, and that'll be a foul and a kick coming up now for the Lamoille squad. And they'll be just about I'll call it the 35 yard line, of the equivalent of the football field. And again, this isn't a bad spot to strike the ball from. He'll go up over that wall, and again, Mill River is their defense very overlooked. That was Tyler Catrati, number 2, out there, and Tyler has had quite an exciting year, actually. He's had a couple goals, a couple of different games where he's had goals, but he's a small-built guy, about 5'5", 5'6", but boy, he likes to play tough and physical out there. He throws himself around, and very emotional player, and sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, and that'll be off for Mill River out of play. We'll have a throw coming up on the blue for the far side here with 19:18 to go. 3-0 the Minutemen. A couple goals by Brian Cole and Kyle Webster with a goal. And that will roll to the sideline and out of play. And Coach Ratty with the touch over there makes a good play. And you can see they might get the ball to Biscay, and he'll hear the call out from behind, and good communications as Bullock now will drive it. Will it stay in bounds? That's the only question. It will ride the chalk, stay in bounds. The kick will come back. It'll be picked up by Catrati toward the net, off the net, and in! That's the weather conditions right there. Goal number 4. Off a kick from Catrati, and I believe Webster will get credit for the goal. I mean, it was on line off the goalie, but then Webster came up and hammered it in. So it'll be the assist to Tyler Catrati, the younger of the 2 Catratis, and Webster with his second goal. 4-0 Mill River, and that's all unofficial, of course, because anything I tell you is always unofficial. So the Minutemen off to a good start here on this wet day at Mill River Union High School. And again, that website, if you are on the road and want to catch games on PEGTV, just go to www.pegtv.com. Click either video on demand or streamline video, follow the instructions, and you can watch all the programming, the games, and everything right there on your computer, on the internet, on Munger Vision, on Channel 15. So the Minutemen coming out and playing like the number 2 seeds. That ball pops off from the foot of Tyler Catrati. He'll get back into the mix, and now Lamoille getting a bounce their way. Matt Hall had just enough on it to kick the ball to the side out. And again, Hall, one of those underrated players, doesn't get really spoken about a lot, but does his job extremely well back there defensively for the Minutemen. Biscay hasn't touched the ball. Austin Biscay, the goalie, he hasn't touched the ball in a long time here. And again, Coach Ratty with the good trap coming down with the settle, showing his stuff there on the sideline. In his final year, going to hang it up and follow his son's career. Could be coaching maybe in his future, but for a while he's going to be a good dad and follow his son's career up at the high school by the dump in the city. And we'll have Lamoille with their first corner coming up, and you can see the rain coming down in a good clip now through the camera lens. And boy, if they ever needed a score just to try to settle things down, this would be the opportune time. Coming up, and Biscay will come out, and the big 6'5" goalie will make the grab. And He'll be ready for the punt. Now, he's kicked the ball well his whole career, not just this season, but that one will slice on him. Could be wet conditions, could have gone out the side of the foot, and then it'll go out of play, and it'll be a blue throw. And Lamoille, with just 16:50 to go before they get to the chalk talk at halftime, will skip the ball in bounds. It was well marked by Bullock, and then he'll get help from Tyler Catrati. I mean, one thing also evident besides confidence on the field is team speed, and team speed right now just completely tipped toward Mill River's white jerseys out there. And Ethan Biscay involved in the play, and Davis will go over, and Davis will grab it, and he'll take the throw for the Minutemen. I'll tell you, I loved the Springfield game, that 2-1 tension, that playoff feel, but I thought that was a great game to head into the playoffs with. There's something so tight, so competitive, with so much on the line. Mill River with the regular season NBL championship, with that win over Springfield, they won it outright, but they trailed at the half, and they were able to come back and win it against a top quality opponent. Springfield was the number 4 seed in this tournament, but I think that was if you couldn't have scripted that, but it worked out really well for Mill River to have their last regular season game be a tremendous tune-up for the playoffs. And I'm sure it's happened in other high schools in Vermont. Woodstock comes to mind, Burnt comes to mind, but here at Mill River, the girls program, women's program, winning the regular season NBL championship, and then the boys doing the same thing here at Mill River. So it says a lot about the soccer programs here at Mill River Union High School. And it'll be in the bench area. We'll have a blue throw coming up as we go down to 15 minutes and 22 seconds left in the first half. And boy, Lamoille just never got to blink before Mill River scored. Again, it was Webster, then Cole for a couple, and then Webster again. And they'll watch that roll out of bounds. And Dan Hammond, with that new haircut of his, will grab the ball and get set to throw the ball in play. Yeah, when I was looking at the Lamoille roster, I saw that Kennedy, the goalie, was a senior. And sometimes in the playoffs, you can be the better team but run into a hot goalie. All this is going to be raced by Hull, and that will become a corner. Not what he intended. He wanted to get it side out. It goes through the inline. It'll become the second corner of this first half for Lamoille. But now you've seen tremendous teams in the past. And I'm not talking just Mill River. I'm talking about other schools I've covered. And they just run into a hot goalie, and you got to call that, yeah. And then a kick at Hull after the fact, and that should become a card, and he should be dismissed for play. Yeah. And an emotional. Well, see, Hall got tangled up foot to foot, and then he took a swipe, a kick at him like in WWF Raw, and he's got to go to the bench area. There's his card, and oh, they didn't card him for that? Oh, that's crap. I don't care if I'm a hometown fan or not. That was as bad as what Catrati did and got carded and sent off. He intentionally kicked to strike the player with a kick move. And all he got was a little warning. Now, to me, if you call Catrati with a card and make him go off the field for saying something inappropriate, that action's right there is no different being physically inappropriate. That's a crap call. And Biscay will pick it up, and I don't care who that offends. There was no way, because I saw that clearly all the way through, and he kicked with the intent to strike, to induce pain. Well, he certainly is not going to make my Munger team. 13:26 to go. 4-0 Mill River. They've come out intense. They've kept the intensity up, and they continue to, well, one thing, control the middle of the field. And I've been told by people who know a lot more about soccer than me that if you can control the middle of the field, things are probably going to work out for you by the end of the night. Mumford's just been impressive. First year playing at Mill River, only year, he's a senior. But he has had some big serves and some big kicks. And like I said, in the Springfield and Woodstock game, he played extremely physical when they needed a physical presence out there. That's going to be Hall with the ball, and he was looking to bring it up to Mumford. It'll come back to Tyler Catrati. Catrati looking for Cole, and Cole well marked this time. He's got a couple goals here in the first half. To Everett. And Everett's been quite the field general out there this season as far as really directing that offense, and that's going to be out of play, and we'll have a goal kick coming up. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. That's slick out there, man. Oh, you got to bring my attention to that stuff. Oh, the rain wreaking havoc, not only with the players, but with the fans trying to walk on the field out here. There's a hill that walks down to the bleachers, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty greasy right now. And if this becomes a huge, huge blowout, I might just videotape the people walking down the bank. All you do is you got to have real soccer in your blood to stay in the rain, or a child playing. But here's a shot. It looks like that's just good support. And again, Mill River soccer programs and their softball and basketball programs always have good support. And speed, I don't want to get out of the season, but knocked down by Biscay, he couldn't control it, punched it out, and almost like just getting a jump started the offense with that kick out, and that was intended for Catrati. And here comes Tyler Catrati. He'll explode to the ball, get it, he'll work it on the edge, go around the corner, and see if he wants to reverse and spin and bring it around. And I'm waiting for the call. It's going to be a throw by Catrati, and he'll get it going real quick. Oh, he had Everett inside the 18 looking to make the move and get the shot on net, and he actually made the move a little bit quicker than when he secured the ball. Omen off the chest, and it'll become Lamoille with the ball. Hammond will steer it to the outside. Now Hammond would help from Omen to kick and be wide. You could see Austin Biscay kind of watch it go by. And we're down to 10:46 to go in this first half. Yep, take it easy, Coach. I'll see you tomorrow. So again, we'll have the kick coming up. This will be Hammond that will strike the ball, and he will get it to the edge of the circle. And Everett tried to spin and couldn't do it. And now the little pass, and again, that good defense. Oh, they're going to call foul. But I tell you, it has been a lot of, that was a foul, absolutely. But it's been a lot of just one-way calls here, in my opinion, in this first half. And Lamoille's got to take advantage of that stuff. And what's become just a complete cloudburst downpour now. And that's going to be a tough kick. That's under. In wet conditions, that will slide off your foot. And again, there's no foul there. That was just losing your footing. Brought down to Hammond, and Hammond taking off the ball. And actually, I don't believe that was Hammond. When they get wet like that, I have a problem seeing the jersey numbers because the jersey's hanging off them in a different way. Well, great move by Catrati, and he was looking for Cole. That was Brian Cole, number 12 out there, who looks up in the sky, gets his eyes full of rain, and we've got a player down for Lamoille. They're going to stay in the game on the far side. He looked like he was injured. Well, Mumford take the kick, and he faked long, went short, comes off to Everett. Everett, he wanted to send the ball through. Omen with the step up. Omen, who's got an assist in the game, fighting through two different Lamoille players, make it three now. Omen will go to the outside, and Omen will win that ball. That just says it all. And then he'll get taken down, and no, they took his legs out. No call on that. And we'll have a white throw. Mill River will have it on the far side. He was looking for Brian Cole. Cole drawing a lot of attention now since he's got those two goals. I have not seen Trevor Catrati on the field since he was carded. I'm not saying he's not out there, but I can't believe he isn't, because if he was out there, I would notice him because he makes stuff happen. That'll roll to the side, and Hammond. And that should be a white throw. Went off from Lamoille. And he'll wind it up, and that'll stay in play right in front of the Mill River bench area. And Lamoille, like I said, boy, do they need a goal desperately. Down 4 goals on the road to the number 2 seed, undefeated Mill River. And that ball will be settled by Mumford, and he'll slide it along that side. And here comes Everett. Everett navigating his way down the sideline, wants to hit the trailer on the play, which is Cole. Cole will tap the ball to himself. That was sent through for Mumford. A little bit too much juice on the ball. Bullock with the foot trap, and then the settle, and then the move to the inside. Goes to the left foot, directs some traffic on the outside of his foot. The right foot this time to pass, and he'll come back down to Mill River. And that's going to be on target. Save, bobbled again. You can see the wet conditions really bothering the goalie as far as them being able to make clean saves and hold the ball. 7:42 to go in the first half, and that clock can't go fast enough for Mill River fans. They're enjoying the 4-0 lead. In a game like this, the last thing you want for Mill River is an unnecessary, every injury is unnecessary, but in a game that you've got control of right now, and you're thinking of the conditions, somebody slip and turn an ankle or come up with a hammy, or that throw coming in, and it's going to be Lamoille with some very rare time and space there to work with. And they'll have it back on that far side. Just a little touch as they work the give and go. That's going to come all the way back to the 30-yard line. Lamoille will keep possession, and Catrati with the ball will step around it. Tyler Catrati to Mumford, who got there, pushed the ball forward, and then he'll follow it up. Oh, great play by Mumford as he got the legs to get there. There's a race to the ball, and Lamoille doing the right thing, bring it to the outside away from the goalie, and they'll step into it, and the kick will come down and stay in bounds again. There's a step by Cole. Couldn't take it away. Catrati will pursue it. Cole will get it, and boy, that's just a great battle. Just a great battle. Dinnan with the last attempt stepping up on it, and Lamoille will lose the ball out of bounds, and with just 6:28 to go, we'll have a white throw taken in through those umbrellas down there by Mill River. And Oman, as you can see, number 15, after he kicked the ball, just lost his traction, went head over bing bang, and that kick coming in on Austin Biscay. You can see how careful Austin was. Got down on his knees, closing the 5-hole up, not wanting the ball to scoot through him, because it is, just to reiterate and be redundant, which I am, it is pouring cats and dogs. On a breakaway coming in, looking for the hat trick, steps inside, counted, hat trick for Brian Cole. You know what he did there? Instead of panicking and taking a kick when the goalie made the aggressive charge out, which is the correct play by the goalie, Brian Cole just calmly glided to the inside, had nothing but open twine after that, and buried it in the back of the net. So Cole with a playoff hat trick for the Minutemen. And that will make it up 5-0 game here with 5:52 to go. And an all Mill River first half of soccer. That I got to just kind of get my plastic cover back on here. It slips and slides away on me. And I believe I've got a push called and a kick coming up, and it'll be taken by Lamoille. And so through the umbrellas, I'll try to pick up the Lamoille player. There he is. And he will step into it, and tell you, he's got a good carry on it. But again, that Mill River defense back there, really nice layer built up defensively by the Minutemen. There's the step inside, the step, the shot, the kick. Saved by Biscay. They'll get on it, so there's no rebound, pounce on it. And boy, you can see he is one muddy Biscay right now. He dove, and right in front of that goal area, it is just nothing but a mud bath, and that is one cool looking shot. He looks like a soccer goalie now. And Catrati, oh, got a little bounce there, got right back up real quick back into the play. As they'll navigate over midfield, and then they'll step up the steal, and here comes Oman down the field. Oman with an assist, makes the move, finds some open turf, will take it to the outside. Oman looking to go to the left foot, takes the bump, stays up. Tough kid. Great balance. Ran through. Oh, you can't call that. You got to be kidding me. Whoa. Well, that certainly looked like it was initiated defensively on Oman, but Oman will get the foul called, and with 4:15 to go, we'll have the kick coming up for Lamoille. Now thank you, I'll say, where's the call on that? Okay. So we'll have a Mill River kick on the Lamoille foul. And Hammond nose dived on it. Of course, it's hard to get your plant foot down in this condition, and we saw Biscay down there take that mud bath. And the ball will skip up over Hammond as here comes the Lancers, and going to be steered aside. Nice play. Who was that? Came all the way down here and made the play. Like I said, they get all wet, and it's hard to tell them. Could be Bullock, but I'm not really sure. But it will become a throw for the Lancers as we're inside the 3.5 minute to play mark in the first half. 5-0 the Minutemen. So they come through the middle of that field on sides. Catrati pulling away. Catrati. And boy, got a Catrati got for a push off on the goalie Kennedy. I got no argument on that one. I'm sorry. That is a good call. Dinnan with those magic feet of his. Usually he's a head man. He head stuff, but oh. Now, thank you. I'm about to say he's got to call that on Lamoille. So Everett will come over, and Will Everett now will get set, and he'll strike the ball from, see, that's the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-yard line. Again, this is a great spot on the field to go right over the top and let those speed demons chase the ball down. He just didn't get enough height on the ball. That header coming in, Denon toward the net, saved by Kennedy. And Kennedy will jog it out to the top of the box, get set, and plant the foot the best he can. Good kick. Real good kick. That's going to be brought down, and I believe that's Bullock. It is, yeah, because it's tough. When their jerseys get wet, it kind of clings and folds on their body, and you can't see the jersey numbers. And then, like I said, they all look like wet rats out there drowning in the water. And Biscay wants to save that from becoming a corner kick, and he'll get over there and stay in the box. He'll tiptoe. That big guy, Austin, I bet he's a good dancer. See how he had those light toes out there? Good kick to midfield. Over, looking to advance to the quarterfinals. Have a 5-0 lead here with 1:47 to go in the first half of play. Now it'll come down to Everett. Everett will back it up and look at Everett with a couple of different options there. And he brought the ball down to Denon, and Denon to Catrati. Catrati on side. Now they'll pressure the ball, and that will be last touched by, I think, off Lamoille. It should be a white throw. Nope, they're going to go to Lamoille. Well, that was an iffy call either way, and we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's right there. 80 seconds to go in this opening half. That has to have Coach Ratty completely thrilled with the way it's turned out. Hall held up so he wouldn't get whipping that leg through people, and then he got the ball back again. Cleared midfield, headed right back on the offensive side. That's off from Everett's back as he turned to save his head from getting taken off on that kick, and it does link up eventually as Lamoille. Boy, they need something positive here in the last minute of play. See if they can get a late shot on that, a late goal. Some moves by Mumford and forgot to come forward with the ball, as it's hard to plant the feet out there right now on this wet turf. And that's got to be called a push, and then the slide, and he's safe. Mumford taken down on the push, and they want to back the ball up about 5 yards. 33 seconds to go in the half, and it has been an all-Minuteman half. Make no doubt about the 5-0 score. There has been nothing fluky about it. And that will go down right into the hands. Nobody broke on the ball, and that gave Kennedy nothing but a clear line of vision to get it there and get on it. High kick. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. And that'll be out of play, and we will have a 5-0 lead for the Minutemen at the half as Hammond will look up, and that's going to be the horn. And it was a good first half for Mill River, looking to go to the quarterfinals. That's Mr. Brian Cole, and he's got a hat trick today. He looks cold and wet, and he probably hopes this next 40 minutes goes by in about 20 minutes, which I know physics is impossible, but. So Lamoille, very obvious, they need to score first, score often, and keep the River shut down. And I don't see, and I'm looking, I don't see Tyler Catrati out there, so he might have gotten just a yellow card from the ref, but his coach might sit him down for the rest of the game. And you know, you can be a disciplinarian, and it's easier when you're up 5 goals, and I don't mean that insultingly, but it's easier to make decisions about discipline when you got the game in check. You can see Biscay come out to contend that portion of the field, and Lamoille, like I said, they need to score often, quick, early, and a lot, and that's going to become a goal kick. Zach Davis, number 20 there defensively, did not let him have the corner and forced everything to the inline. Good play by Davis. Again, the girls' weather for tomorrow is supposed to be much of the same what we see the Mill River girls playoff game tomorrow against Stratton. It is supposed to be wet and cold and raw, just like this. Like I said, this is playoff soccer. If you get a clear day, it's going to be crisp. I'll never forget how cold I was for the BFA Rutland boys playoff game that went to overtime. One of the coldest days ever, fall or winter, and it was a tremendous soccer game. That was in the old press box. That's back when I was still allowed to be at Rutland High School doing their sports, and also still allowed to be on the school grounds. That's before all that BS took place. But great game, glad I was there. But they don't get that good coverage now. You don't even see their programs on TV. That was a real great service the administration did for them. That'll be up and back, and Biscay will look to settle it down. Heard footsteps laid off the ball, reach back for it. This is Ethan Biscay. And boy, you can see a couple moves there, and that opened up the field, and they've got some turf to work with. Defense back, though, in good position. They'll look to center the ball up, and that's going to be a nice step up there by Hammond. The ball will come all the way back and be controlled by Lamoille. The Lancers in the blue, the number 15 seed, taking on undefeated number 2 seeded Mill River. I'll tell you what, see that ball, people, the ball boys and girls, give them some tremendous credit today, too, for sticking with it. And tough conditions for everybody. That ball will come down. It was supposed to start breaking up a little bit tonight before it got revamped and recranked up for tomorrow, but I don't think that weather forecast was very accurate, to be quite honest with you. 38 minutes to go in the soccer game. Mill River up by 5 first half goals. 2 by Webster, Kyle Webster, and 3 by Brian Cole. They'll just bring the ball out. Dinnan with the step up, and then Dinnan with a little pass off that side to Cole, and Cole lost it, regains it, gets a pick there set for him so he can come through with it, and we'll bring it up to Biscay. Biscay coming off a 2-goal performance late in the year against Woodstock, takes the bump, stays with the balance, and boy, he's looking for a call too. He got knocked, bump, push, road, and no call. And there hasn't been a lot of home cooking for Mill River here in this soccer game. They'll call a goal kick on that. And Kennedy will set the ball down. And Kennedy saw a lot of shots in that first half. And that'll be out of play with a white throw short field, and the ball will be taken right in front of the bleacher area by Zach Davis. Davis with the lob in, looking for Cole, overthrew his head by a few inches. Cole will follow up now with some defensive pressure. Catrati, no, boy, again, they don't call it dangerous play. The cleats up around the chins of Tyler Catrati. No whistle, and Dinnan will give chase. He'll get there, and he'll be buried in the corner. And he'll bring it along the in line, and he's looking to center the ball out. Gets shoved, no call. Kick and side of the net. Easily could have been a couple different whistles there. Corner coming up for the Minutemen. Number 11 striking the ball for Mill River will be Bankert, Josh Bankert. As he'll get in position, get set. And again on a wet day on Munger Vision. Oh, Ethan was in good position, just could not quite get spun around in time to put that head of his on it. And that will roll out of play. There's the throw, and Mill River will just dance around, bring the ball back, and the touch was by Hall, and they'll just work it around, and that's going to be up in the air to the corner, and Catrati, Tyler Catrati. For now on, I guess it'll be Tyler Catrati the rest of this game when I say Catrati. That's going to go up the sideline toward the bench, be stopped by Coach Ryan, Assistant Coach Ryan with a good move there, as we're down to 35 minutes left to go on the afternoon. 5-0 in the rain. Mill River with a lead. Play down action. Quarterfinals next up for the Minutemen. Oh, and that should have been a no call. He slipped and fell, and the other player fell also. They'll bring it back, and it'll be a free kick coming up for the Lancers. Yeah, a win today. The boys will play again in the quarterfinals on a Friday afternoon. I'll be here. I'll have the girls' soccer action tomorrow as they open up their playdown action against Stratton. And then if the girls win, they'll play Saturday afternoon, and I'll be here for that. Up and a few dribbles, and now the kick. They'll launch it down, and the wind picking up just what they really needed. The wind coming into the window, and Biscay will come out. Austin Biscay, he'll pick the ball up, and Austin with the big boot. And that should easily have been a push from behind, not called. And Ethan Biscay will get up number 5, and a few words exchanged behind the play. Nice slide by Hall, and then he got right back in the play, pushed it forward to Davis to Hall. Hall on the move down the field, 5 yards, 10 yards, looking to go 15 yards, and boy, quite an offensive move by Mr. Hall. And here comes Catrati, and everybody trying to get to the ball. Kennedy, boy, he played that kind of risky. He didn't get burned on it, but he came right out of the box, and there was nothing behind him but an open net, and he also had a defender going with Catrati to the ball. Catrati wants Davis to go into the corner. He'll turn, wheel it, and ricochets off a wet leg to the center of the field, and Ethan Biscay will get it off to Dinnan. He'll just softly serve it into the box, and we'll have a kick coming up by Kennedy. And by the time that thing comes down, it'll be over Omen's head, backed up by Hall. Hall will settle and send it past midfield right onto the foot of his teammate Ethan Biscay, and Biscay will just softly send the ball to Catrati. Catrati wants to lay it down for Cole. Cole with 3 goals already, and it should be a throw, and it will be a throw, and it'll be Catrati taking the throw number 2. And so Tyler, after surveying the field and looking at his options, brought it back to Davis, and Omen with a nice first move on the settle, brought the ball past the defender. Omen just going forward. He's just great at doing that. Just keeps bringing it forward. And the Lancers, again, they need some offense, and they're having all kinds of trouble generating some offense as they've just been on their heels from the opening kick, the opening possession. As we're nearing the 33-minute to play mark in the second half, all 5 goals coming in the first half for the Minutemen. Austin Biscay had some saves, one real tough save. Other than that, though, it was a pretty casual first half for him. Yeah, it's going to be a blue throw, and they have subs coming in, and that's what the break in the action is right now. So they'll scoop it up, pass it back, and get it going forward. There it is, across, and no, well marked, well marked. I believe that was Dan Hammond. Yeah, it was Dan Hammond, number 6, who carried through his assignment all the way through the inline. Nice job by Dan. So Hammond will also mark the ball. He'll take the kick. He'll say something to Austin Biscay, like, Austin, watch, this is how it's done, and he'll step into it now, and that's sailing toward the sideline. It'll stay in play. Bankert went up, got taken down, no call. Bankert will be back up, and now he'll send it on a 30-yard pass off from Catrati's hip to Cole. Cole wants to send the ball through to Dinnan in the middle of the field, followed back up by Cole. Goes off from his foot to the side. It's a lateral movement here as you circle around the ball and not really a lot of juice on it. Coming back to make the play was Davis. Davis to Cole. Cole now, again, felt the pressure, delivered the ball to Omen just before they could get there and make the steal. They have moved the ball extremely well considering the weather conditions. I'm talking about the Minutemen. Catrati right here with a good example. See him just skip over all the legs flying at him, and he was looking to go down in the corner to Zach Davis, and that was just a good defensive play there by the Lancers. Lancers with the ball in transition. Lancers moving it down. They've got a 2-on-2 developing. Hall stepped up and just put it into that so abruptly. Matt Hall, number 14, one of the seniors out there for the Minutemen. But again, you can see him step up, take that space away, and that'll roll through the inline. Biscay will pick it up, and we'll have a goal kick. See if Hammond will take this goal kick as we're nearing the 30-minute left to play mark. We're 10 minutes into the second half. No new goals, just the same 5 up there from the first half of play for the Minutemen. 5-0 Mill River in this playdown game over the Lamoille Lancers. Biscay, Ethan, soft little touch there, came back at the ball, goes to Davis. Davis back to Ethan Biscay. The pass a bit too long, but he'll still make the steal on a little toe check. Ball through, Catrati onside, goalie coming out. Catrati will, I don't know why he did that other than it was really cool. I'm not really sure why. First of all, I wish I could do that. Second of all, it just looked awesome. And I don't know if he's got a girlfriend or a date, but if he doesn't, that should have impressed some young lady in the stands. He's a very agile young man. I don't know what he was doing, jumping up and over the top. Yeah, but see now he's holding his lower back, see? Yeah, now, yeah, it's funny until somebody gets hurt. See, he could have just ran around that, but he did a complete up over the tops and just, I don't know why he did that. That was just, it was funny to watch, as long as he's okay. Oh, to be young like that. So you guys want some dry space, huh? Oh, yeah, I have nothing to say, sure. It'll sound like we have a big crowd up here. So the goal kick as Biscay will set it up. We've just hit the 29-minute to play mark, and Hammond's been taking the kicks, number 6 right there. And it's been a wet affair here. Mill River had 5 goals in the first half. A hat trick by Brian Cole. And Kyle Webster with 2 goals, and that accounts for the 5. Omen with a beautiful assist on one of the goals, and now the kick by Hammond. Looks to go down that far side. Trevor Catrati picked up a yellow card early in the contest for a mouthguard infraction, and then he said something to the official, and haven't seen Trevor since that point. His brother Tyler Catrati out there, and we just saw him do a complete flip over a defensive player, and he's staying out on the field. So a little different lineup than what we're used to for Mill River, as we're in the playdowns looking for a ticket to the quarterfinals on a Friday afternoon. That hopefully the weather will be better. Got the girls action tomorrow for you coming. Mill River girls taking on Stratton. And it's supposed to be the same type of weather conditions, cold, raw, wet, just like this. Cole with the toe, brought it down, couldn't control it, and then Mumford timed the step. It's hard to get your footing out there too as they're sliding around. And you see Ullman get back in the middle of the field, take away the outside edge. They'll bring it back to the middle. They go down the center. Biscay will come out, and Austin Big A will make the grab, and he'll take the kick out of his hands with 27 minutes, 46 seconds to go. In this soccer game, I don't think we have to worry about overtime today. Looks like it'll be an early supper tonight. And Mill River content just to step up and send the ball down. Right on the foot of Catrati. Catrati can't get the pass through the first layer of defense. The ball will slide out to the side. Catrati will get there, overrun the ball, reach out, miss it, loses balance, fall. And then Bullock with a nice challenge, step up and the takeaway of the ball. He goes 20 yards down the field, and again looking to line up that right foot. Will send the ball back to the trailer on the play, and then Mumford will just serve it up. Everybody stays on sides? No. We have Cole offside on the play, and the Lancers in those blue uniforms will take the kick from just about the 25-yard line. Hope you've enjoyed all the Mill River soccer action throughout the regular season into the playoffs. And again, to catch games that you have missed, you can go to www.pegtv.com, click on Streamline Video, and look for past games throughout the season and watch it right on the internet on Channel 15 on Munger Vision. Again, there has not been a lot of action for Austin Biscay in net at the other end, and I'm sure he's okay with that, as Banker in the game will make the spin on the turn, and he'll go back to get into it. And again, one more time, he'll go to Everett on the give and go. That's Mumford, Mumford 13, and that will be deflected off from a Lancer player out of bounds. Now it stays in on the edge. He'll come back now. They'll look to send the ball back to the front of the net. As Cole gliding over late to get there with a white throw, and again, it's quite the downpour here, and the fans that have stayed on the outside, man, my hat's off to them. Up and right into the hands, and he got it as he made an adventurous save, as Kennedy's had trouble, gloves or no gloves, of holding on to the ball. Not only is it wet out there, but it's rather cool and raw also. And I can't complain. I'm up where it's pretty warm up in the weight room, as we are down to 25 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the soccer game. Ball at midfield. Been a little bit more midfield play here in the second half, as Coach Ratty's changed up the philosophy and the lineup here. And even though they are in attack mode, they're not in that vicious foaming at the mouth attack mode they were in that first half. Kick from Davis goes off from the Lancer player, and then Bullock with the step up, ball remains free. It's a 50-50 ball, and Mumford had it, got spun around, only got 5 yards on the kick, and the Lancers, they're going to make a comeback. They got to start thinking about getting that first goal pretty quick, as that will just skip on the wet surface over to the far side. Goes to the corner, Hammond, and I believe goal kick. That's the indication. That's what we'll have, is a goal kick. Subs coming in the ballgame. A little break in the action. I can just tell you again, Brian Cole with the hat trick for Mill River. As things happened quick, he scored just about less than 2 minutes into the contest. So Hammond will get set, and Dan Hammond, senior out there, will get low on the ball and ride it about 30 yards forwards. On the help, it will get to midfield. Catrati turned and lost it off his foot, and then the follow-up and the send right through the middle of the field. And you can see Davis coming in, got an outside foot on it. Will come to Catrati, and he'll feel the pressure from the defender behind, turn wheel, can't send it through. Ball will reject, come back to Mumford. Mumford on his side will get to Bullock on the follow-up. Bullock with that little pass off the outside of the foot, and they'll work that triangle beautiful, and that'll skip over the top of one defender, two defenders, and that'll give Cole a chance to get there, and probably could have made the play on it. Everett faked the shot, lost his balance, went down, tripped over the white chalk line. He'll get up quickly, and Mumford a lot of time and space. We'll just bring it back into Cole. Cole looking for Everett. Everett, little push there not called, and oh, that hurts, that hurts, that hurts. Yep, somebody just got drilled. And it's Brian Cole, and waiting for the whistle Yeah, Brian got kicked with the ball somewhere you don't want to get kicked with the ball, and he lost his breath. So, oh, and that hurts. I've been there, and that hurts. Yeah. It's never cold enough for that not to hurt. He's going to come on out. He'll be okay, but he'll want to walk that off. So with his 3 goals, he'll take a break on the sideline. Clock starts again with 23.5 minutes to go in this first round of soccer playoffs. Blue throw just shy of the Mill River bench. Boy, in Lamoille, that's a long ride for Lamoille down, and to be wet and cold and down 5 goals. And Denon shot score. Oh, premature. He'll make the save. Kennedy came up, played the short post, got down low on it, held on to it, and we'll stay at 5-0. That kick will fade down to midfield, be picked up, and that was Bullock with a little head jerk there on the reversal. Everett with the touch coming off from Davis to the middle of the field, and then that'll be Mumford. Mumford heard footsteps, got rid of the ball quickly, was looking to give the ball back to Everett. And they double-teamed the ball, and that was Denon to Hall. They'll go backwards to go forwards, and that will squirt through a couple different players, one from each side. Again, traveling out there, quite the tough conditions to get the footing. There's the header coming forward, and Hall looking to take the angle and use his rump to stop the offensive progress. Will lose his balance, and the shot, and Biscay on the short post will pick it up. So Austin getting set for the punt here, and that will make it to the edge of the circle, be settled down by Everett. He'll push it down that far side. Wants his teammate to catch up to it, and he does. He gets a nice bounce, comes back off the outside of the foot, the pass, slowed down by the Lancers, and they'll just, again, nice little touch on the ball. Offside called on Catrati. I'm starting to watch standing water out there, and I'm wondering, will they play the girls' game if it rains all night tonight into tomorrow? Because the girls are scheduled for a 3 o'clock start tomorrow on a Wednesday. Short field, short kick, knocked down. Denon. Again, he had the game-winning goal against Springfield over the top onside. Bounces into Kennedy's hands as Mumford was right there along with Catrati, and Kennedy this time very sure-handed with the save. So we're a minute and a half away from the midway point of this second half of action, and good defense. Bullock made him take it wide. There's the inline, comes inside, sets the shot with the left foot, deflected off the defender up front. I believe that was Hammond. The ball will roll back to the 20, and they'll regroup. Bankert will lose it on the chalk. Now it's going to stay inbounds to Denon. Denon will send the ball through. Catrati a mile offside. No whistle this time, and Catrati to the outside, and there got to be a whistle. Wow. So no whistles anywhere to be found here in the second half, as the referees want to get home and get dry also, and they'll just flip the ball down. Bankert, number 11, will come over. I believe that's who that is. That Josh Bankert. He'll take the throw for the Minutemen. That ball will come all the way back to Omen. Omen sets it up, sends it through, and it'll be wide and have just enough juice on it to make it through the inline, and it should result in a... They're thinking corner, and that's what it is. Corner kick coming up for the Minutemen. So that did go off from a Lamoille player with 20 minutes, 23 seconds to go. So it'll be Catrati that will strike the ball on this corner, and there is a breeze blowing, but the flag just so wet that it's weighted down that you cannot see the wind blowing. He'll serve it up. He never brought it down inside the box enough. It'll be Omen spun off from the ball, and Omen back into the play. Boy, is he strong. When he turns his back to the opposing player and plants his feet, he is just so hard to move. Hammond on top of the ball, and off from Denon's foot, actually off it from his heel. There's the follow-up, and that's Everett. Everett with the kick down inside, and it'll be into Kennedy, and he'll make the grab. So again, the score at the half was 5-0 Mill River, and that's where we're still at right now in the second half of play, as we're beyond the midway point by 30 seconds, 19.5 minutes left in the soccer game. Like I said, I'm not worried about overtime. It looks like I'll be able to watch House at 8 o'clock and even have a hot supper by the looks. As that's Austin Biscay with the ball and the kick. And that will spin away. It did get past midfield, but there's no support on the ball. And then the Lancers again. I have seen bigger leads disappear in less time, but they've got to get some kind of threat going here as far as getting at least 1 or 2 goals back in the next 6 minutes or so. Yes, Mill River started strong, started fast, and have controlled the second half here, even though they have no goals to show for it. They have controlled play here in the second half. Hammond settling it down, listens to the commands on the field. Omen called for the ball, got the ball, and he'll swing it over here to Bullock now. As Bullock, number 7, will bring it wide and want to wrap it back around, and that will be saved along the sideline, brought in. Yeah, I don't think he's got the angle, and he'll come back inside the defender. Bullock will fall down on tough angle, and that's going to be Biscay. Biscay with the save! He knocked it down and got in front of the rebound and made the save. Austin Biscay with the save of the game right there. Maintains the shutout at 5-0. That's all because of Mother Nature right there. The defender, Bullock, fell down in the rain. They'll send the ball through, and Biscay will watch it go through. So even though Austin hasn't faced a lot of shots, he was there for the save. Great save by Biscay. Great reactions. It's the rain coming straight down now. 17 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second half of soccer. Playoff action on Munger Vision on Channel 15, on PEGTV, and also on the internet at PEGTV.com. Let me just show you real quick. Right there, PEGTV.com. Can't miss it. They should have my face on that poster. And my name, seriously. That'll come into Biscay, and he'll make the save. I have not seen Brian Cole since he took the kick from the soccer ball. And he's going to be okay, but I wouldn't risk playing him again for the rest of this game. And Ethan Biscay will watch go out of bounds, and we'll have a throw by Lamoille. So that will be round number 1, and Mill River came out just the way they wanted to. Played like a number 2 seed, played like they were on their home turf, played with a sense of urgency, played with a whole stroke of confidence. And got that 5-0 lead, 16.5 minutes to go. And they'll start preparation for Friday and get set for the next round of the playoffs. It does not get any easier. Like I said, they had some tremendous ball games in the playoffs last year. They were down 2 goals with about 8 minutes to go last year and ended up scoring 3 goals in 3 minutes to win an incredible playoff soccer game against a quality opponent. Then they came back at a 2-1 lead late in the semifinals, only to see that get tied up and sent to overtime. And Will Everett with the overtime goal that sent Mill River into the championship game. So yeah, I mean, first rounds should be lopsided if the higher seed comes out prepared like they did today. Coach Ratty had them prepared. And that's going to come in, and it'll be stopped by Kennedy. Then from that point on, things should even up, and you should see a lot closer, a lot tougher, a lot more competitive, nail-biting type of soccer games. And again, just to talk about big game experience well within Mill River's checklist on their side of advantages, having played in such. He'll miss the kick, and goal! There goes the shutout, but you know what set that up was when he missed the kick that threw the timing of the save off. So Lamoille will get on the board here. And again, when he missed the kick, that kind of everybody relaxed on it. And we'll have a 5-1 game. And I said comebacks have to start somewhere, and that could be the start of the comeback right there for Lamoille. So 15:24 the time of the goal left to play, and I don't do that backwards number stuff or that continuously running number stuff because that'd be what, 55:42 the time of the goal. So I guess I can do that. And the umbrella's out for a reason. It is wet. Biscay will get the we got an offside call or push. Oh, we got a push as Ethan getting up off the ground, Biscay, and he was fouled. Oh, he got all dirty. Yeah, he's going to have that laundry will get done tonight. And he serves up a beautiful ball. He's in a good spot on the field at the 35-yard line of the football field. And it's hard to get your plant. Yeah, he didn't get what he wanted there, but it's just tough to get your plant foot. Everett looking to get in that scoring column. Will take the shot and just miss it. Everett over the top of the crossbar, just missing it. And that clock rolling on down towards supper hour, 14:31 to go in this second half. And the kick coming up by Kennedy of Lamoille. Short field, short kick. Didn't had it. Nobody pursued it. And now Everett will attack. Had a bit late getting there. Bankert on the defense. We'll steer him to the inside. Hall will be called off by Biscay. And Austin this time will make sure he communicates that and will grab it. So a 5-1 game. The only goal of the second half belonging to Lamoille. It's trapped down by Mumford. Mumford just trying to send offsides. Yeah, Ethan Biscay offside. Like I said, he had 2 goals against Woodstock late in that game. That was a strange game. That was a good game. It was 0-0 at the half. And then Mill River scored 7 unanswered goals in the second half to win that going away, 7-0 over arch rival Woodstock. And that will be out of play. And we'll have Davis, Zach Davis, with the throw, get it into Mumford, and he'll pass it to himself, actually out from a defensive player to Davis back to Mumford, and he'll just again try to set it up, let him run underneath it. There's the pressure by Ethan Biscay, and over the top of the header by Davis. And Davis, they crossed on the backside. They will get it to Mumford. Mumford wants to bring the ball wide, and he'll skip over the top. Well, nice job by Mumford, and boy, the goalie came out and, oh, I'm not sure that's not the goalie. He's so muddy, it looked like he was wearing goalie shirt, but he's just covered in mud. That'll come into Hall. Hall, plenty of time. He'll settle it down. 12:48 to go. And wait a minute. Way back here, they had to throw. They said the ball was out way up the field. Mumford with the push, and that ball, I don't think ever went out of play. I'm not sure. There was some pushing, shoving, talking. And Mumford's a big physical kid. What you don't want, though, is to be carded with a red card and miss a game. So they'll call, I'm waiting to see if it's a kick or a throw, because if it's a kick, it was a foul. The foul was on Mumford. Okay, I'm with you. Takes me a while sometimes to figure it out. And that will come down to Oman. Boy, and Oman, he just comes out of the traffic with the ball so well. I don't know if he's got a magnet on his foot and there's a lump of steel in the ball or what, but he does that very well. Look at the speed. Look at the speed coming down inside. He's still got it, and he's going to go back, and this time he'll be taken off his foot. Kicked into the Mill River bench area. No, they're actually going to keep that in play. Oman will come in now and go shoulder to shoulder and trying to slow the play down. Does that. Doesn't control the ball. He's got layered defender. Hammond will get there and take the kick, and boy, I tell you what, that's a dangerous play by Dan. No whistle called, and that's a good way just to get yourself hurt, too. We're down to 11.5 minutes in a very, very wet Mill River field. And I can't even find the ball, but you know what? If I will look through the viewfinder, I would have seen it. So on the corner, coming in, looking for the next support. There it is, Kim Blade on the ball. They'll go to the corner, chase down Lamoille in the blue jerseys, and that will be off from the foot, but staying bound from Hammond. He'll turn, kick, fire, and that will be out of play, and we will have a blue throw. Now they want to go up about 5 more yards. See the referee pointing to him? He's telling him where he wants him to let go of the ball. He didn't care. He threw it back. It's okay. As long as you don't go over where the referee wanted you to throw the ball. Again, they've gotten 1 goal here. They got 10:43 to go. They got to get another one in the next minute or two. I'm talking about Lamoille if they want to make probably the most improbable comeback in high school soccer history. Oh, now how can they not call that push? They called such ticky-tack stuff early in the game against Mill River, and that was just clearly extended his arm, pushed off. As Mumford showed him the ball and turned on the speed. Mumford, a very fluid player out there. I still remember, and again, it was years ago. TJ probably was a 6th grader. I was covering the junior-senior Babe Ruth baseball championships, and I was doing it from the back of a pickup truck, and it rained. And he came up and held the umbrella for me over the camera the whole game. But that was a long time ago, and he's a lot bigger now. And he probably wouldn't hold the umbrella for free now. But I always remember that. That was cool. And that kick will skip, and that's a handball not called. And that's not automatic. That is not an automatic call. I had Jamie Falk, one of the officials, explain that to me one time. People think that's just automatic. They'll let him play through it sometimes, especially if no distinct advantage takes place. Bullock slipped down. He had good help defense behind him by Oman, and Jacob Oman will be just a tad bit later, keeping that foot in bounds. Ball stayed in bounds. His foot was out of bounds when he kicked it. His other foot, his plant foot, and we'll have a throw coming up for Lamoille. So the Lancers down 4, looking for a miracle finish here with just 9:10 to go in the soccer game. And again, you can see that River defense step up and challenge, and Oman will sidestep the hit check, and that ball will go through. Oman's a pretty tough kid. I'm thinking he's about 5'8", 5'7", maybe 160, but strong balance. Balance is the key to it. He has great balance. That's going to make the inline. And we'll have a goal kick. So Biscay gave up the 1 goal. He's made some tremendous saves. He hasn't seen a ton of shots, but it's just tough to play that position in these weather conditions because you can't push off left or right. You lose your traction, and you just can't react as quick as you'd like to. Now, I'm not making excuses for Austin because he's 6'5" and could kick my butt, but those are a lot of reasons why that goal was scored. And it's up, and headed down, short field. Can they do something with it now? Bullock in good position, took away the inside, gave up the outside. Notice he's got help. Somebody released, and that's going to be just wide, and it'll stay in play. Yep, and so the Lancers looking for another goal here as we're getting late in the ball game, down to 8 minutes to go, and they went way back to go forwards. I don't understand why they didn't recover the ball on the inline, just bring it back inside, and now by bringing it so far out, they lost possession of the ball. That's going to be Ethan Biscay, and he pulled up because he knew he didn't have the speed to get there. And he didn't want to take the bump. That'll be out of bounds. No, it'll stay in play. Davis with the pressure. Zach Davis, number 20, he'll skip over the defender's foot, stay on top of the ball, get it to Everett. He'll go to the far corner. That's going to be settled down by Denon. He'll reverse the trap on the footer to himself. Denon looking all the time where he wants to kick the ball. Will get it up, and saved on net by Kennedy. And Kennedy continues to kick the ball extremely well here. And I haven't seen Tyler Catrati since he started holding his lower back on that complete flip somersault thing he did, or the defensive player. I haven't seen Trevor Catrati since he got the yellow card for basically saying something, giving lip to the official. And that'll be picked up by Austin Biscay, and we'll have a goal kick. And Hall looks like he's going to mark it and take the kick himself. Austin directing traffic back there. And all this going on with 6:41 to go in the soccer game. Mill River looking pretty safe to say they're going to advance to the quarterfinals. They'll at the number 2 seed. They'll play at home until they A, either lose, or B, go to the championship game. I'm hoping it's back in Fairhaven because Eric Ramey will let me cover the game there, just like I did last year when I went to Fairhaven. Plus, it's a nice field and stuff. That was cool. I believe that was Bankard that slid underneath to get the ball, and or is that Mumford? So hard to see those numbers. Oh, that's Big Mumford, okay. And that was a foul call, and we got a kick coming up, so they called a foul on Mumford in Mill River, and that kick will be line drived in, and on the settle at the top of the arc, trying to get into the box. The kick coming through, and Biscay will get down and get on all his knees and hands there, make sure the ball won't squirt by him. As we've gone below 6 minutes now to play in the second half. And, you know, that's a handball because he caught it and held it. White kick coming up. But if the field's playable tomorrow, we have the girls' game scheduled here. Mill River taking on Stratton, and I'll be here for that. I can't believe they wouldn't try to get the game in because there's nothing worse than getting backed up in soccer, especially facilities that don't have lights. Try to make the games up at night. Everett listening to the official, putting the mark down. And that is going to be well defended. They were trying to go down on the break and get it over the top of the line, but the Lancers that time, Lamoille did a nice job of really standing their ground and stepping up and challenging the ball, not allowing it to squirt through. It'll stay in bounds. And right now, you expect the ball to really skid off the wet surface, but it's actually hitting and dying. There's so much water, so much rain that's fallen, that there's just dead spots out there in puddles. That's going to roll through, and be cleared up. Hall said, I've had enough of this. He'll just kick and clear it. And we're down to 4.5 minutes to go. Biscay with the touch, looking for the return pass, just a tad bit ahead of him. That ball will lay at the 40, and that's going to be Will Everett, and he'll head it forward, and a little help. Biscay got it. Went off from one of the Lancer players, and Biscay, as they're work this pass, they're trying to work that give and go the whole second half between Mumford and Biscay. Whoa, pretty casual out there in the ball, and you see Kennedy will jump back on it. I'm not sure he saw the traffic coming in on that, but there was a white jersey right on top of him, and he was casual on the first save. Mumford with a little pirouette will come up with the ball. He's got turf, so he's going to take advantage of it. Yeah, he's just going to dribble down till they stop him. It'll hook to the outside, and Denon will be offended and not get to the ball. Is he in the box? So he has to be right on the edge, but he'll be in the box. That's why he could use his hands. And that ball will roll forwards. And that will be, yeah, it'll stay in place. So now we'll have the step up, the control, and you can see Bullock went to kick it and just had it lifted off his foot. Now the help out there by Davis. Davis faked inside, took it outside. That'll open up the passing lane, and Ethan Biscay with the ball and the dribble, and now the acceleration. He's got two men to beat. Wants to bring the ball back to the inside. Now the outside, and now the ball laid back out. He's got two men open. Denon, one of them. That's going to be out of play with a white throw with 3 minutes to go in the soccer game. Now I'll just bring that ball right back to its origin on the throw, which was Denon. And I'll come back now. Davis. Boy, he had time. He had an angle, but he didn't take the shot. His pass intercepted coming back to the top of the 30. Now the long send, and he'll skip past Bullock, and Hall talking to his goalie, and Biscay says, get out, I got it, and he'll pick it up, old Austin will, and he'll get set to take the kick. Now, see how strong, even in wet turf, Ullman just can go forward so relentlessly. And that will be missed kicked, and that's understandable in these conditions. Now Quagmire out there at 2 minutes to play. And we'll get set, and the throw will be a white throw, and it'll come down, and on the turn, Mill River will not gain possession this time. Now the step up, they still can't get it. They'll step up, and now they got it. Denon bringing the ball back, and in full stride, it's Bullock. Bullock. And that's going to be an interesting call. Horn sounds. We'll have subs coming in, and we have 1:37 to go in this soccer game. 5-1 Mill River. They had the 5-0 halftime lead. The one goal here, the solo goal, coming at just about the 18-minute mark. And they went up the back, no whistle on the play. There has not been a lot of whistles in the second half, whether the weather affected that or the officials just want to go home and get dry, but that certainly could have been a call right there. They'll take the short throw and bring it into Davis. Davis will bring it back to the corner, and this is Ethan Biscay. Biscay got through the first defender. The second defender brings it forward off the knee, and they'll just kick it side out, and we'll have a Mill River throw now. And they'll advance on to the quarterfinals. We'll have to wait to see who their opponent will be, but they'll have a Friday afternoon date here at Mill River Union High School as we've gone below a minute, and Coach Kevin Ratty and his squad one step closer to returning to the championship game. And remember last year, those great playoff games, a couple comebacks, a couple overtime wins, and eventually going all the way to Fairhaven to the title game to lose to Harwood 2-0. So Lamoille did get that second half goal. Down to 30 seconds to go. That ball will be stopped, knocked down, sent back in, settled down outside the arc, and a few steps left, a few steps right, and big hit there. And they got to call that, yeah. That was just too obvious not to call. And so Ethan getting the ball marked. Mumford will walk over the top of it. We're down to 10 seconds to go. And Ethan Biscay will wait for the official. Well, he wants to get this thing up and going. And he's going to be denied, and that's going to be the ball game. Mill River with a first round win, 5-1 over Lamoille. So congratulations to the Minutemen. A good effort by Lamoille. Always tune into Munger Vision for soccer action and all this local sports action, and get out there and support Public Access TV.